Howdy Internet, it's Chris Cope, and this is the Harley-Davidson Sport Glide. Also, this is the Harley-Davidson Sport Glide. Basically, Harley decided to make a bike for people who are indecisive, people who look at the model lineup and go, I want that one. No, wait, I want that one. Well, they'll sell you two bikes for the price of one. Bike number one is this one. It's a modern cruiser. It's got kind of breakout styling, but it's so much better than a breakout. Been riding this bike on Tenerife all day today. Absolutely loving it. I think this is probably my favorite of the Softails. Bike number two is this one right here. You have Street Glide, sort of a mini Street Glide fairing, which is surprisingly effective. You have panniers back here, about 27 liters each side, give or take. You throw a dry bag on the back of this and you could ride across the United States. Switching between these two bikes is really easy. How easy? I'll show you. Behind this fairing you have two clamps. By the way, you can't get this undone if the bike is in steering lock, so somebody can't come along and steal your fairing. But you undo these two clamps, you lift it up, really simple, and suddenly, hey, free hat! The Sport Glide is powered by the same 1745cc Milwaukee 8V twin you'll find in all of Harley-Davidson's big twin bikes these days. Because Harley loves the old school, it uses cubic inches for engine size, which is why you see a 107 written on the engine cover. With many of Harley's models, you can pay a little more and get a 114. That's not the case with the Sport Glide, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter. Delivering 80-ish horsepower and an arm-ripping 108 foot-pounds of torque, the standard 107 does a perfectly good job of hustling you and the bike's almost 700 pounds down the road. Handling for the Sport Glide is among the best in the Softail line. You get almost 28 degrees of lean on the right and just a smidgen more on the left. The bike is all-day comfortable, with that mini fairing providing a surprising amount of protection. And if you're so inclined, Harley will even sell you a larger touring screen. The company will also sell you a different seat if you want one, which you might want to consider if you're planning on taking someone with you on that cross-country haul. As a rider, you won't have any complaints with the stock pad, but I'm not so sure a passenger would be saying the same thing after half an hour or so. Probably the best bet is to just tell your passenger to get his or her own Sport Glide, because those panniers hold more stuff than I had expected, but not that much stuff. I mentioned that the Sport Glide has breakout styling, but take a good look at this model overall and you'll see a lot of the heritage classic in it, right down to that annoying decision to place the speedometer in the tank, where you will never, ever see it while riding. Despite that, however, I place the Sport Glide at the very top of the newly overhauled Softail lineup. The Fat Bob looks badass and insane, the Street Bob is ridiculously fun, but the Sport Glide really does manage the trick of ticking multiple boxes. It looks cool, it's a joy to ride, and it's downright useful for strutting, commuting, and touring. Cruise control even comes standard. In the United Kingdom, the Sport Glide starts at roughly 14,500 pounds. Folks in the United States can expect to start bargaining at about $18,600. Now, there's a lot more to say about this bike, including my thoughts on one feature that I really wish Harley would scrap from all of its bikes. You can find out about that by checking out my full review of the Sport Glide on themotorcycleobsession.com. Check the description for a link to the story. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube page. And remember, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and probably at the local mall hassling teenagers. I'm Chris Cope, and I'll see you down the road.